Michelle Gilstrap. I'm president of the Women's National Book Association, the Los Angeles chapter. And I'd like to invite you to the Women's National Book Association Los Angeles BookWoman Day. It's going to be on February 26th at the Marina Del Rey Hotel from 9 to 4. It's going to be a wonderful day where you can meet agents, you can pitch to agents so that you can find an agent, or you can also pitch to a producer. You can also learn about apps. Apps are the biggest thing right now. If you have an app, it can also help people find your book. It's going to be a way that you can learn about being self-published, which is also a very hot thing. It's going to also be an area of self-publishing, which is an area that some people don't know much about. Also, how to convert your book to ebooks, which is another major area with Kindles and iPads and Nooks. How do I make my book into an app that could go to a Kindle or an iPad? So these are wonderful areas that we will all be covering at LA BookWoman Day. I will be working with Ruth Klein, who has written articles for Oprah magazine. Ruth Klein is a branding expert. I, on the other hand, have worked with people here in Los Angeles who have needed to prepare pitching to producers here in Los Angeles. I have done pitches myself to producers at Creative Screenwriting, which is a major event here in Los Angeles, where we actually go and we have 5-minute meetings with a producer. You have to pitch your product, your screenplay, to a producer. You should do that in about 2.5 minutes and allow 2.5 minutes for the producer so that he can ask you questions. I do that and I teach people how to do that so that they can do it with enthusiasm and with vocal variety and know their product. Because one of the things that a lot of people forget is to do this and know their log line, know their genre, and be able to convey that to the producer quickly. I'm a past district governor in Toastmasters here in the Los Angeles area, which has over 110 clubs. And a district governor basically oversees all of those clubs. I'm also a distinguished Toastmaster, which means that I have achieved the highest level in Toastmasters. So I have produced over 50 to 60 speeches during that process. One of the things that I'm going to be doing on my panel is focusing on speaking with clarity. One of the things a lot of us are not aware of is that we speak with ums, ands, so's, buts, you knows. One of the things that we can all do is to stop using those audible pauses. When we take those out of our usage, then we become clearer for the listener. When you do that, then you also convey your message with confidence, which is very important when you're speaking with a producer. When you go up to a producer and you say, I am working on this book, and this book conveys this, and this is why you should buy this book, and you don't use an and so why, then the producer thinks, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about, or this woman knows what she's talking about, because not once did you use an audible pause. So that really conveys that you know what you're talking about. One of the things when you're looking at a presentation is you want to take out any extraneous words. You want to write it out first, you want to practice saying it, you want to time it, and then you want to record it. When you record it, you want to listen to it and say, do I really need that word? Take out any of those words that you don't need, because what they do are just fill in extra time that you don't really need to take up. Use a word that can actually take the place of 2 or 3 words. And that's what you want to do, is speak with clarity and speak efficiently. Being a member of WNBA gives you more avenues to create more book sales. I don't think we have enough book sales going on. And with the avenues of Nooks, Kindles, and iPads, it opens up the market now to ebooks and digital properties. So we need to learn how to market to those properties, which a lot of authors don't know how to do right now. A lot of authors don't even know how to use the web. Julie Spira will also be on my panel on promoting your book. Julie Spira knows social media. A lot of authors are not aware that you can use Twitter, you can use LinkedIn, you can use Facebook, And Facebook has just revamped itself where you want to have a fan page if you're an author. A lot of writers don't know how to do that. She's going to be teaching how to do that, or instructing that maybe you should have a fan page. So that's one of the things that we want to look at. Julie Drake will be talking about apps. She's bringing in some wonderful people from all across the United States who will be talking about apps. She's also bringing in someone who is a very successful author who worked with iTunes and sold 30,000 downloads. So we're very excited about this author. Ruth Klein will be also talking about how to brand yourself and brand your book. So we're very excited about that. Kat Healy, I believe, is another author who's going to be on the program. And she wrote a self-published book which has just gone through the charts. So I think we need to look at self-publishing and bring the successful authors in. Jovita Jenkins, as Get Out of Your Own Way author, she talks about leadership and how a lot of women in business don't know how to get out of their own way and learn how to use leadership in business and to move some of the obstacles out of their way. So Jovita is going to be talking about that. Joan Jackson is also on that panel on self-publishing. So we're very excited about that. Gemini Jones is another author who will be on the self-publishing panel. We have almost too many things to happen that day. It's very exciting. So I think any published author, any about to be published author, or anyone thinking about writing a book should be there that day. The cost to join WNBA is only $40. And if you're outside of our local market here, then you would be a network member, and that's only $50. We also have sponsoring members who can also be a sponsoring member where they are on our web page and we feature them with their picture and a lot of wonderful other benefits, and that's $150.